Well, Star, so the results of the poll are in, and for some reason a lot of you wanted Don Wingerding's Guster. Out of all of them you could pick, why didn't you pick an easy one for me? You're just like, no, let's go for dark, mysterious and dangerous one. The one that's probably most definitely gonna freaking kill me. Oh boy. This was the one as well. The darkpetal16 was super excited for me to at least get one or two of his bad endings. That is not good for me. Why do I feel like I should be terrified of this one? Good lord. That being said, on with the comments. Oh, whoops, before I do that, remember this is a double feature. Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 are here, and Chapter 7 will be coming whenever it is posted, okay? Good? Understanding? Wonderful. Great. Let's go. Now, of course, before we get into today's double feature, Chapter 5 and 6, because number 5 was a lot shorter, whereas 6 was a lot lengthier, I'm going to read the comments, like I said I would. So, starting off, I'm so sorry ahead of time if I butcher anyone's names. Michelant Ramirez, again, I'm so sorry if I pronounce people's names wrong. Please do, explain how I say your name correctly, or do you have a nickname I can call people? Does anyone have, nicknames I can use? You have no idea how relieved I was when you chose the safe option. Because there was me just thinking I'm going to die by stray bullet, gang member, SANS, papyrus, wingedings. I mean, the options are people. Heck, even Dr. Rose could come out freaking nowhere, because I don't know where that blooming thing is. Fine, maybe Daisy will kill me. Who knows? I've got to be slightly paranoid with my options. I need to take in consideration. I am squishy. I can die. I don't have the power of reset. Technically, I do. I could just go back by clicking on a save. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I am a little bit more lenient when it's underswap, but not so much in this one. This is a choose, and you either die, or if you live, you live. So far, I'm okay. Lady, aka darkpetal16, commented and said, "Never mind, get back under the stairs, Harry Potter." Well, yeah, pretty much. It's safer under the stairs at this point rather than going out anywhere in the city, that's for sure. There's indeed a sacred bond between chefs, so it wasn't just my imagination. There is a sacred bond between Papyrus and chefs. He's just got a no-killing chef policy, I swear. You just don't do it, okay? I imagine that if anyone attempted to murder any chefs in front of Papyrus, Papyrus would take a stance. He would not tolerate anyone being rude to a chef who's clearly trying their hardest, who's putting a lot of passion into what they're doing because he admires chefs and he's so curious about the human ones, SANS is such a polite stalker, eh? Don't judge me. At least I'm thankful I've got a polite one. It's the polite ones you've really got to watch out for. But, what if secretly Lawrence is stalking me? That's why I don't find him, because I suck at noticing when there's stalkers about. I mean, to be fair, I noticed SANS was around, right, because of the smell. And then there's wingedings. But then I don't get anything in terms of, Papyrus. But I still prefer a polite stalker than a spoopy one. For example, all those who watched my If Dusttale one, you all know how slightly creeped out and unnerved I was being freaking stalked continuously by SANS throughout that one. That was freaking unnerving, and he pops up in your freaking bedroom and looms over you. Which I'm pretty sure this one did. No one can deny that was very convenient and weird. Either way, out of sight, out of mind, that is my mindset for this. Look, if I did not take part in it, it never happened. You tell me someone has gotten murdered somewhere? Oh, I wasn't present. For all I know, it could be made up. Maybe you're hallucinating. No one exists outside of my peripheral vision. Anything that in front of me exists and anything I interact with exists. But anything else, there's nothing there, okay? It's all a blank canvas. There's nothing else in the world. SANS won't judge your drinking choices as long as it's yours. That's fair enough. I imagine he would totally judge wingedings. I love your giggle in the date. Very cheerful. Well, yes, it was a date. I mean, it was difficult for me, certain scenes are quite spicy, I must say. Puns galore. I seriously can't handle half of them. It's worse when it was Papa's go doing it. My gosh. He would probably murder the driver if I found out who he was. Yes, absolutely. See, I know SANS in this. I know him. He and me were into... Wait, does that technically make me a stalking killer too? Yes. Shut up, Sol. What? He's freaking hot. We can forgive him for murdering a man once in a while. Ignore the Sol. SANS is smooth. Yes, he was very smooth. I give him points in that. If the Soul says he's hot, he's hot. No true words have ever been said. Very, very... No, don't encourage the Soul, actually. No, encourage me. SANS is freaking hot. So is the other ones. But some of them are really hot and dangerous, if you know what I mean. Rawr. Behave. Ralsei's a top-tier friend material. He's a really good friend. It's not Ralsei I'm scared of. It's more of his family. He's a Dromir. So how do I know that me getting involved with him won't result in me dying? I'm just saying, I need to take all the precautions, because what if me getting close to him, one member of the Dromir family sees me and decides, oh look, there's a poor orphaned person who needs to be taken in. Let's just give him a home. And I'll be like, no, I don't want to go with you. I'm wounded skeletons. Go away. I'm busy. It's bad enough for freaking Metaton interrupting me. It's more than once when I'm trying to get close with the freaking characters. I'm busy. Go away. MCs are bewit traumatized. Tiny bit insane amount. That's putting it lightly. DHD Creator says, God, the fact this thing has no photos can be really confusing to me because I can't really tell who's saying what. That does happen sometimes to me. It doesn't happen so much in terms of like when it's Wingerdings, Gasto or SANS or even Ezreal. Because I can at least tell when they're speaking. It only gets a little tiny bit confusing when it's the gang members or those freaking women that gossip from time to time. Daisy, at least know when Daisy is talking. But I can understand what you mean. I will try to do an even better job at giving them different voices to make it easier. Hopefully you'll be able to tell who's talking in this one a lot better. But again, this is 2 chapters I recorded back to back. So, that being said, right then, it's time to get on with the chapters, shall we? Oh boy. Oh, goody goody. 2 for 1, let's go. A bonus ask that I just got. Anonymous asked up on Tumblr, have I ever gotten a copyright on any of my If series? I've only gotten it twice, and it wasn't like it's a copyright strike or anything. It was just me getting a message saying that the music was copyrighted by someone else and that they allow people to use it. And that only happened so far on my If Mafiafell chapter 4, which is the one I uploaded yesterday, and in I believe this is Snowden. Let me highlight and hover over it. Is this Snowden? Episode 2, The Sorrowful Town of Forgotten Ashes. Yeah, so there was also music in Snowden that I got a message for. It's the only time I've ever had any copyright for the series thus far. If this adds to more, I will let you know. But so far, I haven't had any problems. I've gotten like a random message, which is the 2 of them just saying, this music is copyrighted, but they're okay with you using it, so don't you worry, this is not a strike, just to tell you, you're okay, have fun, enjoy, get traumatized. Because, I mean, you always have your heart in your throat when you get a freaking message from you. Why is my accent going, Tammy? Is it when I get stressed? Is that when it goes Tammy? I don't freaking know. Either way, I hope that answered your question, Anon. And yeah. On with the video. Hello, my little stars. It's me, TwinklePhoenix, and welcome back to If Mafiafell by the darkpetal16. And, oh boy, last chapter. If you haven't seen that one, go and watch that one. That was a roller coaster ride of emotions, but hey, I go further with SANS, but oh my god, how that chapter ended. Oh, holy moly. Okay, so we're gonna calm down now. It's over. It's okay. You don't need to think about rub it in the box at all, or the red smoke. It's okay. We're just gonna calmly relax and carry on our way. We've got this. Come on, everybody, let's do this. This chapter is called 1, 2, 3. You don't eat breakfast that morning. I would be surprised if my character did. Tomorrow is Monday. Bill. And you'll have to go to work. Ew. Today, however, you are free. You've already done your morning run and are dressed for the day. What should you do? Visit Daisy at the flower shop? Relax at home. You do need to buy a pillow. There's currently a hole in said pillow. I'm just saying, there is currently a freaking hole in said pillow. You purchase a new pillow from the furniture shop down the road, and then you get your groceries for the week. You carry your groceries in black bags that you bring with you to the store. The paper bags provided by the store don't have handles, and more than once you have the bag split open on your walk home. Ugh, that is so terrible when that happens. You unfortunately run out of a lot of things this week, so the bags are bulgy. And with how full they are, your arms are tired halfway home. Good day, miss. A smooth voice interrupts you. There's a tingle in your chest. Is this Wingadings? Wingading, wingawoo, wingy. I'm so sorry that you stumble. You twist around to see a tall monster leaning against a wall in the alleyway. Why are you in the alleyway? It's the monster you saw outside your home. Oh dear. Okay, so he was outside the house. Okay. A stream of melting ice slivers down your spine. The monster takes off his black suit hat and offers you a disarming, charming smile as he bows. In a sweeter than sugar, he says, "Thank you for stopping. I was hoping to run into you again." Oh, you were... What do you want? I am currently trying to woo your brother. I hope this is perfectly fine with you. I promise I will not get in between you and your business, and I won't say a word. Because I honestly don't end up in the river. Or worse. Dead. Why? To apologize, of course. Huh? He says, his voice low and velvety smooth with a honey-sweet coat. Oh my. You stare at him, waiting for him to elaborate. I was terribly rude to you, he says. I'm deeply sorry for that. You called me at an awful time, and I took it out on you. I understand there's no excuse, but I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I'm a little bit sus, but I do have a soft spot for you. I'm going to blame it on Undertale for this. He speaks in a flowery words with a saccharine voice. Lawrence told you those are the most dangerous folk. Lawrence was smart. Lawrence was very smart, but unfortunately not smart enough to stay not lost. The ones who use pretty words to hide their knives. Wingatings doesn't need knives. Wingatings got hands, and trust me, he knows how to use those freaking things. Then he's got a void. There's a warm tingle in your chest. If you would allow me, I'd be happy to help you carry those, offers the monster. What? Say no to him? You freaking kidding? I'll be dead. You decide to give him a chance. You let him carry groceries. I might as well. I mean, he is going to be the brother-in-law. I need to get close to him regardless whether or not I live or die. He puts his black suit hat back on and takes all the groceries from your arms, leaving you only carrying a pillow. There's a warm tingle in your chest. My God, so what are you trying to tell me? I'm trying to tell you that maybe you should go for his route next. Oh, calm down. Why? Thank you, he says. I'll wear my manners. I'm Wingerding's Gaster. Oh, that's the same last name that SANS has. Wingerdings briefly frowns. You know my brother? You're dating him. The sensation of danger immediately vanishes. Oh, thank God. Wait. What if I wasn't dating him? Would you kill me? Why did he suddenly lose the hostility? He's like, oh, my brother. Oh, good. Now I can tease my brother about something. What? Why? Huh? Good to what? Why? I see, he says, amused in his voice. He's my younger brother. Your demeanor brightens. You're happy to meet one of Sansa's brothers. And I, he says with a strange smile, am delighted to find out about you. Wingerdings cordially assists you all the way up to your apartment. He sets the groceries outside of your front door and tips his hat to you. It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss Twinkle. Why? Huh? You're lucky it's you when you didn't say Phoenix, otherwise I would have thrown a fit. He says politely, I am deeply grateful you gave me the opportunity to atone for my earlier rudeness. You're happy to meet him too. You thank him for his help. He smiles at you. You are far too kind. Take care of yourself, young lady. Oh dear. Poor SANS. Oh dear, oh dear. You watch him leave, then go to put your groceries away. You're glad you have groceries now. What else would you like to do? Visit Daisy at the flower shop. Why not? The first thing you notice when you enter Daisy's shop is that everything yellow has been removed. Why? Why is everything gone? Daisy greets you at the counter. Hello, Twinkle. You ask her what happened to all her yellow flowers. Another victim was found yesterday, she says. Police came by asking who was buying my stock. Not only for the yellow roses, but anything yellow. What? Where? At the cute pastry shop on the upper side of the city, she sighs. Wait, isn't that where I was going to take Raltsy? Oh, well, I avoided that, yay me. Oh. No, I'm afraid so. I asked her if the police confirmed. Not outright, she says. They don't need to with something like this. Everyone in the city knows that what yellow roses mean. Really? Because I just so happen to have yellow roses outside my god-forsaken apartment. Should I be concerned? You rub your hands together. Yes, you suppose so. Dr. Rose is back. Great, just what I need. A sussy-dreamy family. A stalking skeleton family. Human trafficking. Murder. The freaking serial killer to come back and my brother to be nowhere to be found. My brother could be freaking anywhere or dead at this point. I don't want them coming around anymore, so until the maniac is caught, I won't be sending anything yellow, she says. Sorry, daffodil lover. Hey, my daffodils may be yellow, but I prefer pink. It's better she keeps herself safe. You, of all people, know how dangerous the police in the city are. They put his head in a box. That was the police? What do you mean? What do you mean? You can't just throw more stuff at me like that. What do you mean? They killed Roger? What? Roger, what the freak am I talking about? Robert, oh my god, and Lawrence was working with... Moving on. Skeletons, yes. Floating skeletons, yes. Go find skeleton. You okay? Daisy asks with a frowned brow. You seem shaky. No shit. You swallow back the lump in the back of your throat and you force a smile on your face to reassure Daisy. Says, you're fine, it's fine. I'm not just imagining my friend's head in a box somewhere. You're fine, really. If you insist, Daisy trails off and she gives you a grin. Have you thought any more about me setting up a blind date? Oh, Daisy, you chuckle at her enthusiasm. The two of you talk about the unimportant things for a couple of hours, and she gives you a homemade chocolate ice cream as a thank you for indulging her questions early in the week. You leave Daisy's shop. Ooh. It's time to eat dinner and get ready for bed end your day. Once you've eaten, you do your nightly routine. You wash your face, brush your teeth, change into a long night dress and stretch, and you head to bed. Interlude. Weirding's Gaster takes a long drag of his cigar. The end of it burns a violet hue. Lavender-coloured smoke curls slowly into the air. Okay, so I know, if there's lavender smoke, it's the big bro. If it's scarlet smoke, it's obviously SANS. If there's no smoke, it's obviously Papyrus. But, Papyrus, he's the only one that doesn't smoke. But at least the other two have got clues. The tall monster breathes out. A low groan comes from the floor. Wingedings ignores it and takes another drag. He breathes out slowly, violet smoke, intermingling with his exhale. The groan turns into a loud moan. Wingeding moves his gaze down to look at the noisemaker, a human man laying on hardwood. His legs are snapped in half at the knees. Each in a different direction. The knees were pounded in by a baseball bat, oh god, which lay splintered beside the man. His face is bloodied and bruised, and his jaw is dislocated, so all he can do is make gurgles and moans. Did Wingerdings do that? That's not really Wingerdings' style. The swelling on his face has puffed up to the point where the man cannot even open his eyes. He's dying. The fact that he hasn't already died from either blood loss or shock shows how strong the man's will to live is. A futile effort. Wingerdings didn't come here to leave survivors. The monster takes another drag from his cigar as he watches the man struggle. He blows smoke in his face, causing the man to choke and wheeze. Wingerdings looks away and assesses the air again. He is certain it is perfectly staged, but it never hurts to check thrice. It was a beautiful mansion on the east side of the city. This neighborhood is only for the rich, elite, and powerful. Wealthy businessmen visiting diplomats, noble monsters, and of course, high-ranking mafiosos. It's the kind of neighborhood where everyone has servants to tend to their homes, and the wives spend their days drinking wine and gossiping. The mansion belonged to a valuable member of the Ebott family. The son of the head, to be precise. He and his wife lived here. Oh, they're dead then, because he said they lived. They did live here. Not that they are living here. He and his wife lived here. Oh dear. Now he sits slouched in the recliner with a gunshot in his head, and his wife is hung from the chandelier in the most unflattering manner. The main room where Wingerdings currently is a chaotic mess of bodies, bullet holes, and gore. Furniture has been destroyed, with many men and women dangling across it, each of them with either beaten with a bat or shot. They had to die by human means. The servants are strewn across the mansion. There's one on the front lawn with their head smashed in by a sledgehammer. Wingerdings takes another drag of his cigar. It's a mess. He detests how barbaric it looks, but it's perfect for what he needs it to be. Violent, impulsive, human. It's a very human stage. It wasn't easy to use their tools. Wingerdings preferred his magic any day over the sensation of beating a meat sack with a glorified stick, and the smell of gunpowder is difficult to get rid of, even with a cigar. Wingerdings is pleased by the review of the area. Not a single thing where it should be. It's not an elaborate scheme. This play he is beginning, it doesn't need to be. Rather, Wingerdings has found that the simplest solution is always the best. Overcomplicating matters raises the risk of things going wrong or taking an unexpected turn. He is a patient monster. He knew the opportunity would come, and he'd seize it the moment it did. The man groans again. It's time for him to leave. The courier should be arriving shortly. Wingerdings steps on the man's neck and crushes his throat. The groan stops, and he leaves. Okay, I see what Wingerdings is doing. Wingerdings right now, he's trying to turn the mafia families against each other, so they destroy each other pretty much. This is what I think he's up to. Wingerdings returned home early in the hours of Monday morning. He stepped out of the shadows, the tendrils lingering around his shoes. As soon as he stepped inside, he hears the familiar shout of his youngest brother. "Cigarettes out!" Wingerdings clicks his tongue. He steps outside, then crushes his cigar in his left hand. He dumps the ashes outside. The monster re-enters his home and tugs his tie loose. He takes off his black jacket and hangs it on the standing coat rack, along with his hat. He notices that it has two other hats on it. Oh, that means SANS and Papyrus are both home. We know Papyrus is, we just heard him. You heard Papyrus already, but it looks like his other young brother is home as well. He takes off his shoes and neatly sets them off to the side. All their shoes are perfectly aligned at the front, and neither he nor Papyrus would tolerate a messy home, aka SANS is the messy one out of them. SANS Gaster enters the front room. The large skeleton monster must have returned home recently. He still has his tie on. "Hey, you're back." "I am," says Wingerdings. "Where were ya?" asks SANS. "Missed a hell of a game." Wingerdings smiles thinly. Opportunity arose unexpectedly. "Which kind?" asks SANS. "Do we need to go out tonight?" "No, I finished it," he says. "It simply took time." "All night?" SANS sniffs. "You reek of gunpowder." "I had to do it the brutish way." Ugh. "You hate that way." "Yes," agrees Wingerdings. SANS thinks for a moment. His eyelids shrink as his eye sockets widen. "Wait! Did which?" "Birch prodigal son." SANS grin. "You should have let me know. I would have helped ya." You had plans, says Ring-a-Dings. I did not. Papyrus enters the front room. Stop loitering. Breakfast will be ready soon. Thank you. Thank you. Wing-a-Dings and SANS say. You are welcome. Wing-a-Dings asks SANS. Did you come home recently? Yeah, 10 minutes for you, says SANS. Got into a hot streak of grillies. All the usuals? Plus Kara, says SANS. Brats snuck out again. SANS snickers, and I had to drag them home again. You should not antagonize the Dremere family by letting their brats play at the bar, Wing-a-Dings warns. How is that SANS' responsibility, though, Wing-a-Dings? The bar belongs to Grillby, doesn't it? So technically, if anybody should get in trouble, I feel like it should be him. It's his bar. Not SANS. Papyrus says, it is not worth getting on their bad side, SANS. Well, then they better not do anything. They're already sus enough as it is. SANS shrugs. Anything else go on with your night wings? Night, no. However, early yesterday I did find something interesting. What? Asked Papyrus. Wing-a-Ding's smile curls at the end. I met that soul today, he says in a light tone. The one that saw you? SANS asks. Oh god, it's us. Oh dear. Did you deal with them? Papyrus inquires. No, says Ring-a-Dings. SANS snort. Don't tell me the bag of flesh escaped you. SANS! I'm that bag of flesh, you dum-dum. Yeah, but I don't know in this moment that it's you. Still, did you just call me a bag of flesh? I'm sorry. Yeah, you better be. I wouldn't say that, Wing-a-Ding says in an even tone, his smile stretching. You look too spank. What? You fuck him first? SANS, if he did that, I'm pretty sure you'd strangle him. SANS rolls up his sleeve. Go get tested if it burns. What? Oh my gosh. SANS, excuse you. Wing-a-Ding chuckles. He waits until both of his brothers turn their heads to look at him, so that way he can see their action. Her name is Twinkle, says Wing-a-Ding. SANS freezes, his red eyelids shrinking. Take that, huh? Bag of flesh, am I? That is the name of one of my employees, says Papyrus. Yeah, please protect me. Goes SANS. Papyrus immediately notices SANS' reaction and he growls, Brother, are you toying with one of my workers? No, of course not, bro. Says SANS, I'm being sincere with her. You, sincere? Wing-a-Ding's eyes narrow suspiciously. That's a big lie. Then when I apologize to someone... Wait, does that mean you didn't mean to apologize? Were you lying to my face? Now you hurt my heart. How dare you? Normally, yeah, says SANS. A red hue under his eye socket. He scratches the back of his head in a strange, sheepish manner. Aw, poor baby. Papyrus and Wing-a-Ding stare at SANS in a mixture of surprise and wonder. Wing-a-Ding shrewdly asks, Are you being bashful? Shut up! Snaps SANS, whose cheekbones reddening. Papyrus smiles. You like Twinkle? Yeah, so? It's not a bad thing, says Wing-a-Ding, although it is unexpected. You're telling me. Sighs SANS. He rubs his face. Being around her drives me crazy. What do you mean? Inquires Wing-a-Ding. First time I saw her, took all my self-control not to yank her off the streets then and there, he says. Been wanting her ever since non-stop. Don't worry, apparently it's both ways. My soul is just like, take me now, beloved. Shut up, soul. No, can I have it? No, SANS, you need to control yourself too. But your soul clearly wants me too. That's not the point. Self-restraint, go over there. But this is my chapter. I know. But stop talking to my soul. Stop encouraging it. I can't help it. I'm that sexy. Oh my god. Moving on. Did you just call me? Go. I'm going. Why didn't you? SANS frowns. What? Why didn't you take her? Wing-a-Ding asks. If you want her, just take her. That is not appropriate, brother, says Papyrus. He pats SANS on the back. It is good SANS did not. Wing-a-Ding shrugs. Agree to disagree. Wing-a-Ding clears his throat. So, is she someone we should meet in a more formal settings? SANS shifts his weight side to side. Maybe. Oh, mumbles Wingerdings. Oh god, he's like, ooh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to make this person feel slightly uncomfortable. I'm going to scare them a little. And then I'm going to tease my brother. I'm going to have so much fun watching my brother blush. Papyrus beams. This is exciting news. I will be sure to treat Twinkle kindly at work for you. Oh my god, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Papyrus is calling me Twinkle without the miss. Why can't he call me this at work? Papyrus, you were saying my name without the friggin' ridiculous miss attached. I am so happy. Thanks, bro, says Sam. You are welcome. Okay, so I've got Papyrus protecting me, and he's going to look out for me at work. He's going to be nice to me, because Sans likes me. And of course, Sans likes me, and Wingerdings likes me now because I like his brother. Good. Okay, so skeletons are all okay. I'm still a little bit sus of Wingerdings, just a little bit sus. Just a tiny bit. But, you know, maybe just take some time. Probably maybe he just needs to warm up to me. I don't know. End of interlude. You walk to work on Monday. Feels off. It's hard to describe it exactly. There is tension in the air. A lot of men and women you see on the streets walk quickly with their heads bowed. A glance at the newspaper headline doesn't help at all. You don't see anything noteworthy, but you can't dismiss your instinct. Something happened, right? The streets are oddly empty of the usual mafiosos you've seen on your way to work. No green or orange banded hats in sight. It feels like the calm before the storm. You absentmindedly rub your hands together and you enter the Black Swan. The tension in the air is thick. There's a lot more patrons at the bar than normal, and you see an abundance of alcohol on the table. What happened? Oh, don't worry, it's just a mafia. Somebody's mafia freaking kid just... he died. Don't worry about it. Just... doesn't matter. We're only here to romance the skeleton. Anything else, nothing else matters. We're doing romance first, caring about the thingy we later. I'm fine. You go to the back room. Wendy has finished changing and is tying her hair up. Hey, Twinkle, Wendy greets you. You return a greeting. Weird day, huh? She asks. You nod. Does she have any idea what's going on? She shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe someone died. Little does she know, a lot of people died. A lot of people die every day. Yeah, but not like this. Maybe someone important? Maybe. Wendy walks out. You get changed into uniform and hang your casual clothes up in your locker. You step back out, content to simply focus on your work. Miss Twinkle? You turn to Papyrus when he calls for you. The tall skeleton tips his hat to you. I want to apologize on my brother's behalf, says Papyrus. It has come to my attention he was rude to you. I'm so sorry. It's fine. Wingerdings said he was sorry and even helped you carry your groceries. Papyrus smiles at you. That is good. Still, I hope you do not find working here uncomfortable because of him. No, don't worry about it. Not at all. Papyrus seems like a fine boss. He's a wonderful boss. He's best boss. The skeleton monster seems pleased by this. Of course, I am an excellent boss. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I normally do it regardless. I've had years of practice munching my brothers. Oh my god, you're still adorable. You giggle. Papyrus' vermilion eyes glimmer. If either of my brothers bothers you, you may come to me and I will set them straight. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sorry, Lawrence, move aside. This is best, bro, not you. As much as I care for you, Lawrence, I'm so sorry to say that. Pat, I'm sure you're a wonderful brother. Remember, friendship approach, I will focus on you. Till then, this is best brother. You thank him. You are welcome. While you are here, do note that the room will be closed on Wednesday. Why is it closed? How come? I am testing the kitchen to see what recipes will work best using the human appliances, he says. Oh god, does Papyrus set things on fire in this AU? You offer your assistance. Are you familiar with these tools, he asks you. You know your way around a kitchen. You had to learn to feed yourself and your brother, after all. Very well, I will permit you to join me on Wednesday, he says. You should feel honoured to have the chance to try my food. I'm even better cook than a boss. You're looking forward to it. You found out what was weird. I did. We're on chapter 6! Eee! We made it! Also, this one felt a lot shorter. It could just be my imagination, though. Anyway, let's go! Let's go to the next chapter. Oh, goody. Looks like you guys get a 2 for 1. You will also get chapter 6. Enjoy! Hello, my little stars, and welcome back to If Mafiafell by the darkpetal16. This is SANS' romance route. We are currently miraculously on chapter 6. We have survived or not died. And on top of that, SANS has told his brother about us finally, only due to the fact that Wingerdings found out from us that we were dating him. It was really cute. That being said, anyway, chapter 6, lessons. Oh yeah, Papyrus also offered... we offered to help Papyrus as well when he's testing food. Because he's going to be testing out the appliances. That was it. Anyway, that odd, tense silence that permeated the city in the same silence before the storm hits. After a pleasant night, you can't remember what you dreamed about, you went on your morning run. In the early hours, you were surprised to find a newspaper boy hollering about juicy news. There, in big, bold lettering, it reads, Sean Bittridge murdered at home. You bought the newspaper from the boy and read it on your walk to the park. The 25-year-old Bertram Eyre was found beaten and shot to death in his home. Good for him. Along with his 23-year-old beautiful wife, who probably was horrible, and many of their friends who probably totally 100% deserved it. Mr. Birch was the last seen at the popular Braxton Head pub last night with his colleagues and friends. The groups were seen having a good time, but sources said they got into an argument with Antonio and Metito. Bye! The altercation became heated and everyone was kicked out. Good riddance. What the row was about is not yet known. Police are investigating, but seriously don't at all counter them because they're kind of shit. And they work for the Mafia too. Anyway, both the Vi men declined to comment. Good. We don't really give a shit anyway. You continue to read the newspaper, flipping to see if there was anything else of use. In short, the heir had died. He had a fight with the Vi Don's son, and apparently he ended up dead the next morning, beaten and shot. Well then, serves him right. This is what happened. You laugh, then you cry, then you die. Anyway, from your time at the Black Swan, you recall that some customers would let it slip that Antonia preferred to use a baseball bat, and that Mateo preferred gun. Oh no, does this mean Papyrus and Son? Oh my god, that's what they were doing in chapter 1 or chapter 2, when we saw them coming out of the thing, when we overheard them, they were gathering information. Damn. Oh no, they overheard, and Papyrus has been here for like a few days now as the boss and stuff. He might have overheard the patrons talking and then learned about it, but I'm pretty sure it was SANS. Ah, gosh darn it all. Little do they know their downfall is because of the Black Swan. Oh well, maybe then it'll eventually be safer to come out at night. Hey, if I'm lucky, maybe they'll accidentally knock off the freaking serial killer. Dr. Rose will die at some point, on accident, who knows. Slips on a flower and dies. The papers don't report the specifics of the weapons used, only saying beaten or shot for each of the victims. The lack of confirmation speaks volumes. The police are in a difficult spot. If you like them, you might sympathise, but well, there's a reason why you don't go to the police for help, regardless of your opinion. If those two were to fight, it would mean a lot of bloodshed in the city. Utter chaos. Fear on par for when Dr. Rose was most active. It is too bad. It is too dangerous. You have to keep yourself safe, okay? Says the freaking one who's missing. Where are you when I need you? The world is about to go into total chaos and destruction, and you are nowhere to be found, brother. Your job is to protect me, and you're not doing a very good job. Also, I am currently wooing a skeleton. Hopefully, if and when you do come back, that you are going to accept our relationship, because if not, you are going. Your grip tightens on the newspaper. When you get to the park, you toss it into the trash. Not if it means leaving you behind, Lawrence. Whatever. Ignore Big Brother's freaking common sense. The following day, you cook with Papyrus. You step into the Black Swan during the early hours of the morning. It feels unusual to be there so early, but it's not unpleasant. You call out a greeting, and Papyrus answers back. In the kitchen, Miss Twinkle. You head into the kitchen. The Black Swan's kitchen is normally pristine, sleek, and well organized. Today, the counters are covered in food crates that are so full they spill over the edge. Even the floor has stacks and stacks of boxes and crates of food. You see numerous egg cartons, milk jugs, bags of flour. It's a lot. Your eyes widen in surprise. I know it's a lot, Papyrus says quickly, but it will all be used. It will? Oh, and who'll eat it? We will. Wait, what? You're not expecting me to eat everything, right? You do realize humans have a capacity of how much they can eat before they throw up, right? Papyrus laughs at your indescribable look. You may have some of the food, and what is left I will bring to my friends in the Royal Guards. They all have very large appetites. You giggle. Am I not going to point to the fact he said in the Royal Guards? You giggle, relieved you won't have to disappoint your new boss with your inability to consume an entire kitchen worth of food in one sitting. Papyrus smiles at you, pleased with your reaction. Do you know the difference between monster food and regular food? Papyrus asks you. You shake your head. Then allow me to explain. The fundamental difference is the lack of magic, he says. He picks up an apple. Human food is grown on the surface, and normally without magic. He holds the apple out to you. You accept the apple. What does it feel like to you? It feels solid. You turn the apple over. It's smooth, red, and looks like a perfectly normal apple, you explain such to him. It is, he says. May I have it back? He holds it in his hand and you place it inside. Vermilion light briefly shines around it, and he offers it to you and you accept it again. And now, it's smooth, red, and there's a fuzzy warmth to it. It's gone from it's not a solid anymore. Oh, it's warm and fuzzy. Now it's become what is it? Is it a peach? Peach have got the flower. You hold it in one hand and hover your other. Bring an inch away from it. You see no aura. You can feel a strange fuzzy sensation on your hands when near it. It's as if it has an invisible force field around it. You describe it to Papyrus. Correct. It is, as you might guess, embedded by my magic. Monster food is food with magic. We typically grow the food in the Fell Kingdom using magic-enriched soil, so we do not need to add magic while cooking, explains Papyrus. It's important for monsters to only eat magic food? It is better for us, says Papyrus. Most of us do not have digestive systems like you humans do. You take swarm from that, slightly embarrassed to have to ask an obvious question. Papyrus waves you off. Questions do not bother me, he insists. How else will you learn? You relax at that. We can consume non-magic food, but too much will make us sick, he says. In my case, my magic is strong enough to break down the food without additional magic. I can eat a lot more than, say, a child monster whose magic is still growing. So it's really the magic that the monsters need to consume? Magic that breaks things down for them? Yes. Could humans eat it without issue? Yes, he says. Go ahead and try the apple. You take a bite of the apple. A burst of sweet, juicy flesh enters your mouth. It tastes normal, albeit when you swallow you feel a cottony aftertaste in your mouth. It's strange. In its raw form, it will linger, says Papyrus. Excellent. Cooks like myself can use our magic to transform dishes into something extraordinary. I would gladly show you today. You thought he was testing human gadgets. I am, he says, but you deserve a reward for coming in on a day off. You giggle. You wouldn't say no to free food, especially if it's good. Papyrus chuckles. Let us start with something simple first. I want to know how you use an oven. Right away. The two of you spend a few hours in the kitchen. Okay. You show him how to use the appliance. He's clever, so it doesn't take him long to grasp it. As soon as he understands, he starts cooking with you, acting as his sole chef. The two of you make a variety of dishes, samplings, and tasting each one along the way, and chat while you do. Papyrus is happy to talk while he works. He answers Any questions you might have without hesitation and freely indulge your curiosity. You ask him. Oh my goodness, I'm going to ask him like a Q&A. Okay, what do I ask? What do I ask first? What do I ask? How does he know the royal guards? I trained with them for some time, says Papyrus. Papyrus wanted to be a royal guard for a time, he said. I have since realized that I am happier working with my brothers, so I did not complete the process. Papyrus cocks his head, but I am on good terms with them. We like to get together for training sessions. Papyrus must be very strong. He grins. Yes. How big is your family? I have 2 older brothers, says Papyrus. Sans and Wingdings. It is only us now. Oh. And you? You have a brother. Ah, you are the youngest? Yes. Papyrus sighs. It can be troubling. Older brothers can be both protective and need protecting. You have no freaking clue how much my one needs protecting. My one's freaking on walkabouts. We will both have to do our best as the youngest. Oh, don't I know it? Yes. What does he think of the surface? It is loud, says Papyrus. The sun is the thing that took the longest to get used to. The sun? My brothers and I lived in the Fell Kingdom for most of our childhood and young adult years, explains Papyrus. We did not go to the surface at all until we were older. We never saw the sun before. It is very bright. It is good to be in the city, as the buildings block out most of it. Papyrus pauses. I do enjoy the wind, he says. It's a pleasant sensation. We do not have that underground. And you? You grew up in a small country town. You're accustomed to all sorts of weathers. Do you like the city? You're not sure, to be honest. You want to travel. Papyrus likes Brighton. I have considered that myself. Have you heard of the Aurora Borealis? Oh my god, a skeleton after me. No, control yourself, Twinkle. You're after Sans in this. You shake your head. You privately wondered if something that would have been taught to you in school had you finished. Lights in the sky, supposedly they stretch for miles and are brighter than any star, explains Papyrus. I also want to visit the northern coast to see them. You'd like that too. Perhaps we can travel together then. You giggle. Has he always wanted to be a restaurant owner? Yes, says Papyrus. Did you always want to work at a restaurant? You don't know. You've never even given it any thought. Dreams, aspirations. You're lucky to be alive. You are no freaking kidding. And you were told to Lawrence, who's freaking missing. You consider Papyrus's question for several moments, stewing it over in silence. You finally admit to him that you don't know. That's okay, he says. You have all the time to figure that out. What you want? I want Sans, okay? I want Sans. Can I just say I just want Sans? What made him choose the Black Swan? My brother Sans suggested it. I wonder why. Says Papyrus. I scouted it, liked it, and chose it. So why did Sans suggest it? I do not know. I do. Is it because a little lady was there, aka me? As you approach noon, Papyrus decides he wants to start making a dessert. He instructs you to open the flour jar while he works on tempering the chocolate. Oh, tempering the chocolate. You struggle with the flour jar. Curse that wretched jar. Papyrus notices and turns to help you. Pop! Flour shoots out and covers you both. There's a moment of stunned silence. You stare at your boss, a tall skeleton monster with jagged scars and vermilion eyes who is now covered in flour. You giggle. I'm so sorry. Papyrus stares at you for another moment. Then he starts to laugh. You look like a ghost, he lightly says. You raise a hand to touch your face and realize you are also covered in flour. This makes you laugh harder. Looks like I came back at the perfect time, drawls a deep voice. Sans enters the kitchen. Hi. You giggle, delighted to see Sans, and he winks at you. Oi, control yourself. But, come on. Fine, I'll let you off this time. Then turns to Papyrus. What's the matter, baby bones? You're looking paler than usual. Is it flower hour now, the Black Swan? Papyrus's eye sockets narrow. Hello, Sans, says Papyrus. You've come at an inappropriate time. Leave. I don't know, says Sans. He grins, stretching wider as he struggles not to outright laugh. You look like you need some help, he snickers. Don't you really want to say no? He snickers, turns louder as he laughs at his own pun. I could be your man of the flower in here, time of need. Oh my god, you find it hard not to laugh and it slips out of you. Sans laughs with his whole body. What comes next is too fast for you to follow. One moment Sans is laughing, the next he has 2 eggs splattered on his face, and Papyrus smirks. He juggles 5 eggs. What's wrong, brother? Not in such an excellent mood now. Ha! Oh my god, they're making a mess of the kitchen. Sans loudly laughs as he glares. His matching grin looks downright menacing. Forgo how funny you can be, Pops. Something zooms by you. The bowl of melted chocolate that was once beside you now sits upside down on Papyrus's head. Chocolate drips down him. Papyrus growls. And so the war has begun. Food flies everywhere, and you do your best to dodge and duck out of the way. Once you are in the safe zone, you realize you have a choice to make. Side with Sans, or side with Papyrus, Sans' brother. You carefully consider your option. If the situation what would you want? If you and Lawrence were playfully fighting, would you want Sans to join your side or join Lawrence? If he joined Lawrence, I would disown him. I'd be like, Sans, out the door! You would want Sans to team up with... No way. You would want Sans to choose you regardless of the situation. Okay, so since this is... Oh my god, I can throw it at both of them. I'll throw it at both of them when it comes to the friendship route. In this one, because we're going with Sans, we're gonna team up with Sans. We're gonna throw a carton of eggs at Papyrus. I mean, it's not every day you get to throw it at your boss, is it? I love him to bits, but still. You decide to side with Sans. You take an egg can and throw it at Papyrus. Papyrus splushes. I should have known. That's my cookie. Sans cackles. Papyrus hurls a bag of powdered sugar at Sans. It explodes and sugar goes everywhere. You cough and splinter as your vision is covered. Revenge will be yours. Within an hour, you run out of food to throw and the kitchen is a mess. The 3 of you look like you went dumpster diving behind a diner at the end of a slow night. You're grinning. You only have a moment to catch your breath when someone else walks. Oh no! Don't tell me Wingatings is going to come in. Ah, god damn it. Ah, fudge, it's Wingatings! And in walks another skeleton. Sans, how long does it take you to fudge? What the fuck? Ah, it's Wingatings. Wingatings surveys the kitchen. He looks at the food-covered walls and appliances, and the floor is so messy you cannot see the tiles anymore. He looks at his brothers and you, who are equally dirty. He glares at the 3 of you in disbelief. You are adults. He started it! You are adults, Wingating repeats nimbly. You offer Wingatings an apology. I'm so sorry. If we'd fight anyone. He places a hand over his face. Clean this up, all of you. To your surprise, you see that he uses his shadow to grab a stool from the bar and pulls it into the kitchen. He takes a seat on it. Oh my god, he's going to make sure we clean it up. Oh no. Sans looks mildly concerned. Are you going to watch us? Evidently I must, he mutters. You two cannot be trusted to behave like adults. Papyrus looks embarrassed. The colour in his eye sockets darken to red and he glances away. You wondered out loud if this is a common occurrence. Yes, says Wingatings. At the same time, Papyrus and Sans deny it. Oh, come on, says Sans. I ain't ever done a food fight with Pops before. But you two have destroyed several restaurants and bars, snides Wingatings, disdain evidence in his tone. Destroys them seems too harsh a word. If the stains and damage are so atrocious the owner cannot reopen, then destroyed is absolutely the correct word to use. Oh. Goes Sans, and Sans shrugs. We can hire cleaning staff for this. Pops is no need for us to... Need a timeout, Wingating says quietly. Papyrus and Sans shake their head. Timeout? What does he mean by a timeout? What is the timeout? Why are they scared? What is timeout? Do I need to worry about the timeout? Oh god, I'm afraid now. Don't ask. Papyrus warns you immediately. Your mess, you clean it up, stresses Wingatings. The 3 of you exchange glances. Well, your mess. You help them clean it up. You are sore, sticky, and sticky by the end of it. Once the kitchen is immaculate, you are not. All you want to do is take a bubbly bath. It was a bad time, though. Sans, Papyrus, and Wingerdings would bicker with one another in a comforting familiarity, put you at ease. You didn't feel like the odd one out, as each brother would make it a point to include you in the conversation. Oh, look at me being included in the family. Can I move in with them? I feel a lot safer with them than I do in my own home, where apparently random bullets just decide to come through my freaking window. And you know, them just looming is talking about the place. Especially Sans, he was always nearby, within an arm's reach. He'd give you a wink every time you made eye contact. Sometimes, when both of his brothers were engrossed in conversation, he'd lean over and whisper to you, "You're welcome to take a shower at my place after this." Oh my god. Sans, come on! I'm trying to read this. Do you have to throw something like that all of a sudden towards me? What? I couldn't help it. I was being a gentleman. Yes, you were. How dare you? Oh my goodness. It'd be a lie to say you aren't tempted, but being covered in slimy food did not put you in that kind of mood, especially when part of it has dried into your hair and was pulling on your scalp as you could feel a headache coming on. Very flattering of him to offer regardless. It is late afternoon by the time everything has been restored. "Miss Twinkle," says Papyrus, "thank you for your help." "Of course you helped make it. It's only fair for you to help clean it up." "I appreciate it," says Papyrus. He hesitates, "has come to my attention that we are short-staffed tomorrow. Would you be able to come in?" You hesitate. You had evening plans. You had to... "I would greatly appreciate it," says Papyrus. Okay. "Would you like one of us to escort you home?" Wingerdings politely offers you. All three of them look at you expectantly. You shake your head but thank them. "You sure?" says Sans. "No trouble." "You sure? You want to be able to go inside and head straight for the shower." Sans leers. In that case, Papyrus smacks Sans back. "Respect her choice!" Oh my gosh. Sans rolls his eyelids. "Very well," says Wingerdings. "Do keep safe." "Yes, you always do." "Bull, you don't always keep safe. You head home. You take a bubbly bath. It takes a lot longer than usual to scrub the yolks out of your hair. You end up needing to pause to clean out your drain. Unfortunately, you have to go for a second bubbly bath, but you are clean. At long last, you dry off and change into your long night dress. Thankfully, Papyrus packed food because the fight that managed to stay unharmed in... the food before the fight that managed to stay unharmed in the wall, you decide to eat it for dinner. Before you get that chance, you hear an odd sound like tingling bells. It chimes from your nightstand. You follow the noise and see the magical mirror Ralsei gave you is shining. You pick it up. What does he want? Ralsei appears in the reflection. "Hey," he greets you. "My siblings are catching a movie now. Want to join us?" No, I don't want to. I don't want to get involved with you, Ralsei. I feel like this is going to get me in trouble, because if I hang out with you, there's someone going to get the Dremere family after my ass. And I don't want that. No, thank you. You're pretty tuckered out, and tomorrow you'll have a long, long day, considering it's time to put up the posters again. Not tonight. You're tired. Fair enough, says Ralsei. Sweet dreams. Yes, sweet dreams. You enjoy your dinner and relax for the night. You have a dreamless night. You awaken refreshed and ready for the day, which is good, till you had to put up the posters. His missing posters. You're glad you got a good night's rest. You arrive at the Black Swan for your unexpected shift. Oh my goodness. You arrive at the Black Swan, fully prepared to only see one or two other workers inside. That is the entire reason you are here, after all. I appreciate it, says Papyrus. He hesitates. Has come to my attention that we are short-staffed tomorrow. Would you be able to come in? Upon introduction, you found that to be untrue. You see several waiters and waitresses bustling about as they prep the restaurants to open. You see the jazz band playing up on stage. This is not short-staffed. You've worked as a waitress for back up before. You don't see anyone missing from the staff. Ray's the first one to spot you, and he greets you with a warm, albeit slightly confused tone. Good morning, Miss Twinkle. Wait, why did Papyrus bring me here? Was something going to happen over the apartment building or something? Why did he say that he needed me in? They were trying to get me away from the apartment. You return his greeting, equally confused. What are you doing here? He asks as he approaches. Covering for someone? You explain that Papyrus asked you to come in, as he said the shift was short-staffed. Ray burrows frowns. Odd, he points to the stage. Want to be the martyr? He asked. Normally the position was shared by all the waiters and waitresses. However, whoever was close to the front door at the time the guests would arrive would step into the role as the guests lingered. This because most of the guests prefer to pick their spots to sit at, and some will get grouchy if forced to sit in a spot they don't like. Your expression becomes pinched. I'm not sure what else you can do, he says apologetically. We're fully staffed this shift. Perhaps Papyrus was mistaken, then? If you're not needed, then there's no reason to stay. You could be putting up posters instead. That's weird. Why did he tell me not... He wanted me here for a reason. They know something that they're not telling me, and there's a reason I'm here. I'm here to keep me out of trouble, I'm guessing. Weird. Something's up. Thinking about it logically, what's probably happened is there's probably something going on. Probably on the route where my character's supposed to put up the posters. I bet you there's like a gunfight or something going on. Because Papyrus wanted me specifically either to be away from the apartment or he wanted me to be away from my routine of putting up posters. But the question is, did he say that because he knew of my routine? Or did he say that because SANS told him? Either way, they're not short-staffed, meaning there's a reason Papyrus wants me here. He wants to keep me out of range or out of danger of something. Stay. You don't want to leave when Papyrus asked you to come in. I mean, where is Papyrus anyway? You get dressed in a waitress uniform and moves to stand up front. The beginning shift is rarely busy. The Black Swan is not a breakfast place, after all. So the shift is primarily used to prep for the evening and night shifts. After a solid 30 minutes of standing up front with nothing happening, you decide to do something else. You grab several trays of the silverware from the kitchen, along with some polish and towels. You set them down on a table and take a seat. You start to polish the silverware. After 10 minutes, you were joined by another waiter and waitress who also had nothing else to do. Ray and the chefs bring you some things to polish as time goes on. It's better than standing around and doing nothing. Some customers start to arrive. The waiter and waitress is left to tend to them. You keep your head down and work on the silverware. It's a long and tedious shift. You are relieved when it's over. You work until the end of your shift. You get dressed in your casual clothes, and when you step back out, SANS is waiting for you. SANS gives you a wink. Hey, sweetheart, how was work? You giggle at seeing him. You tell him it was boring. What a shame, he says. He reaches out a hand and rubs the back of his fingers across your cheek. Good on you to stick around regardless. You shrug. You try not to leave work early. He didn't want me to, neither did Papyrus, which means something must have happened at the apartment. They didn't want me home. Because Papyrus was really insistent about that. I couldn't help but notice that. Admire your ethics, darling, he says. He offers you a hand. Mind if I walk you home? Your cheek burns. A pleasant blush crawls across your face. You grin. How could you say no? You take his hand, and the two of you walk out together. His bony hand is massive around yours and exceeds warmth that makes your soul say, Shut up, soul. But I want him. Shut up! Oh. Being near him fills you with heat you're growing increasingly more comfortable with. He absently rubs his thumb along the back of your hand. Looking flushed again, darling, he says, his smile turning into a playful leer. Feeling okay? Your blush deepens and you glance away. SANS chuckles, deeply endeared. He gives your hand a squeeze. The trip to your apartment is painfully short, and unfortunately, what you find there kills the happy butterflies you previously felt. When you arrive at your apartment, there are police there. Of course. It looks like there was a raid or something while you were at work. You try to rub your eyes. It must have been recent enough. You see dozens of officers carting off bodies. Sam pulls you closer. Lucky you were at work, huh? He goes. Yes, lucky you. I wonder why that happened, huh? Because once SANS and Papyrus, once Papyrus realized this, probably when you're saying SANS and Papyrus, because SANS obviously likes us, it became top priority to make sure that nothing happens to me now. So that's why Papyrus was insistent, because he knew there was going to be a raid. That's why he wanted me in work. That's why he flat out lied. Because he didn't want anything to happen to me. Because he did tell SANS that he was going to make sure that nothing happens to me. And he even told me that he was going to make sure that nothing did. So they're looking out for me, and I greatly appreciate it, but at the same time, what about all the rest of the people in the building? I hope Daisy wasn't in there. SANS frowns. This area ain't safe for you. Maybe you should think about moving. That's what I've been saying. Move where? SANS highlights brighten. I got a place. Really, can I move there now? Does he now? Plenty of room for you, he says. Think about it. You'll think about it. Good, he says. Now sit pretty. I'll have a word with these fellas. SANS steps away from you. A few of the officers notice him right away and approach him. He has a quick word with them, and they lift up the do not cross tape. SANS beckons you over. You join him, and SANS is quick to put an arm around you and hurry you across the bloodied street. He escorts you up the stairs and down the hall. You sure you don't want to think a bit faster on that offer? He asks you at your front door. He gently pokes your cheek. You reassure him you'll be fine. You trust yourself, or rather you trust your soul. You pause. You promise him, however, when you do not feel safe anymore, you will let him know. All right, he says. He kisses your forehead, then your nose, then your lips. If I didn't have a meeting to get to tonight. He grips the back of your head to kiss you more deeply, and your heart thumps in your chest. You are forced to pull away to breathe. He takes the opportunity to nibble at your neck. Oh my god. Take care, darling, he whispers into your neck. I'll see you again real soon. All that's left is to put up the posters. I don't freaking give a toss about the posters anymore. You grab the duffel bag filled with Lawrence's missing posters and you head out. It takes you 5 hours to put up the posters. You're largely undisturbed in the process. Every time you feel your soul alert you about a dangerous alleyway, you avoid it and carry on. Your fingers, arm and neck ache from constantly putting up the posters. It's very late by the time you get back home, and the police are mostly gone. End of chapter 6. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Oh my goodness. So yeah guys, that's the end of SANS's route at present. We'll be back to continue on to chapter 7 when that gets released. So until then, we're going to be covering one of the other routes. So there'll now be a poll up for you guys to vote on for Wingerdings, Papyrus, Ezreal, or the Friendship route. Go on guys, off you go. And gosh darn it, that was something. If not for Papyrus insisting that we could have definitely gotten killed. But hey, we survived. Woo! Wait, does it recommend that I don't save somewhere? Why do I not save? Save your game on the previous passage. Okay, so in other words, over here. Sure thing, I can do that. So I'm going to save. We've done it, folks. That's a wrap. We've done it. There's SANS. Saved. Woo! We've done it! And I made it to the end and I survived. Woo! Lawrence is still missing. Oh well. But I'm getting further with SANS. Hew, hew, hew. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching. Oh my god, I'm so excited for chapter 7. Eee! And also, okay, SANS, you can stay. Really? I just have one question. Is the apartment with you? It can be if you want it to be. Well, I'd rather you be there with me rather than me getting stuck with my soul and my idiot of a character. So yeah, I need to be chaperone. Sure thing. Yay! So see you guys in chapter 7.